How about number 7?
Right. So transfer arbitrary size array from output port. Array starts at location start array, fills ascending memory, ends a terminal character. Ends with a terminal character 0xFFFF. The port has a FIFO. Port 1, your function.
There's a lot going on here.
12 locations at a time. Terminate when the character is encountered. After each 12 location transfer. So
yeah, I feel like there's a lot going on there.
Break it down. We have an array with any number of characters or any number of, I guess, just words in it.
I'd imagine you want at least 12, right?
No, not at least 12. It could be 1, it could be 2, but it always ends with 0xFFFF.
Okay.
Right. So an array that's terminated, it's like a, well, I guess we can treat it as a string, right? It's terminated with a sequence.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And there's a FIFO that can only take 12 at a time. And after you read 12 into it, you have to check that. And if it's a 1, terminate the function.
Okay, I'm imagining at least a while loop and maybe an if statement.
So let's while loop and maybe multiple if statements, right?
Yeah, at least 1 to check the FIFO, and then 1 to check. You have to have a counter variable to get to 12.
And 1 to check if you encounter the character.
Oh, and then the null character. So that's 3 if statements, yeah.
So if current, so I'm going to have a current value, which I'll assign at some point. If current equals, right? If you run into that, you're done.
Sure.
As a function, yeah. If you run into that, leave the loop. If equals 1, you leave the loop, right?
Would it matter which of those you put first?
No, I don't think so. I don't think that you need to treat them as mutually exclusive. Because if you encounter this, you don't care if the FIFO is full, right?
I guess that's true, yeah. You might want that null character first.
No, I don't think it matters. Because if the FIFO is full, you terminate too. I mean, you could set up an OR here as well. I don't think it would matter at all.
Oh, yeah. That would be 1 line,
yeah.
I guess.
But for readability, I'm going to leave it as 2 lines.
Sure, I understand that the logic doesn't matter too much.
It'll compile to something similar anyways. So those are our 2 termination conditions, right?
Right.
If it's a 1, and terminate when the character is encountered. So now we just need to read from the array. So we want an index, right?
Yeah.
And in each iteration of the loop, we probably want to move the index up by 1.
Yeah, I follow you.
And then data 1 of, or data, sorry. So he gives you, He gives you a already dereference pointer. So I don't think you're going to have to do this on the exam. I'm going to do it for completion's sake. But because he gives you a dereference pointer, if you want to use it like a normal pointer, so you can treat it as an array, you can use the addressive operator.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You know how the addressive operator works? So
Yeah, you're
because
using it there, yeah.
because this guy has already been dereferenced, it'll basically cancel out this guy and give you this value.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'm looking at my PDF and you're writing on your PDF.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you're good.
So
yeah, so it kind of cancels the asterisk. I got you.
Yeah, so it cancels the dereference basically. It gives you the address of that. Otherwise, you can probably just edit the test and
Scratch it out.
scratch it out. If you want to access it as an array, which I would recommend you do. So, right. So
yeah, I would
read from the
to.
index into the current value, right? And then we do our checks. So the other condition, you
should go to that.
It wanted you to, it told is you check the FIFO full every after 12 transfers, right?
Yeah.
So you don't check it every iteration of the loop. You check it every 12th iteration, right?
After 12 location transfer, check the FIFO full memory location. Oh, okay, yeah. So you don't need to do that part of every loop. You can do.
And what's the? It's port 1 current, right? So should I keep track of how many 12 or any ideas?
You could do a mod 12 type of thing.
Good.
My first instinct.
So get the remainder, right?
Yeah, if mod 12 equals 0, you could do. Yeah, I guess if you're using index as yeah, that makes sense. Index mod 12 equals 0 and FIFO's full break. Yeah, that makes sense.
So you might I don't think he's gonna care too much on the coding problem, but there is the corner case to consider if you're writing this in a real program, that when index is first starts out, we forgot to initialize index, of course, right? But when it first starts out, 0 mod 12 is going to be 0, right?
That's a good point.
So you probably just want to do that.
Okay. But wouldn't the FIFO not be full at index 0? Well, you can't guarantee that, can you?
Well, it says only to check after 12 transfers.
Oh, okay.
So transfer 12 and then check. So we don't care if index is 0.
0 mod 12 is 0, isn't it? Yeah. That's a good point. And then you output current to port.
You could have another. I mean, you could have another variable keeping track of the current count too.
Sure. And then you just leave the condition of the while open.
While 1.
Oh, okay.
Or you could put those in the condition of the while too, but either way.
Put the break statements in the condition of the while. Is that what you're saying?
Or negate them and put them in the while, yeah.
Oh yeah.
But then
Well,
you'd
no.
have a lot of stuff in your while statement.
That would be, yeah, across the screen. Yeah, I think I follow that. That makes sense to me. I got another study session starting here at 6, so you've been very helpful, and I really appreciate you getting back to me and opening this up. Hopefully it's benefited David and Chad and whoever else might watch the video.
Yeah, thank you.
I appreciate your time. I know you have finals and stuff too.
Yeah, no problem.
All right. Well, I'm going to take off. Appreciate your time and have a good one.
Thank you.
Okay, no more questions?
Not for me. I mean, I was only really super interested in like the 11 and 12 ones that we started with, and then the rest of them you've been super helpful and helped me work through. So I feel a lot better about this test now.
Yep.
I mean, I got a good grade on the midterm, and I'm hoping to repeat that success with the final.
Yep. Just make sure you plan out your assembly programs before writing them.